I feel numb. It's my treat. All around a profit beat. Now in my experience, profit beats margin every time. You take a small town and you turn it into a big town and you miss where you were in between. You think you planned everything, your trajectory, your journey, you got yourself here. But it was most likely a series of circumstances combined with where your mind was wandering at the time. I mean, does a clear, uninebriated mind choose to be here? So you continue this way for years. It never occurs to you until memory pops in and you start to recall the moment, the incident that started you on this particular path. And if you knew you were never in it for the money, well, good for you. But guess what? Now you're really not in it for the money. And there's this Ferris wheel of everyone else you know, and they're on the ride of a lifetime, pouring money out of their ears, popping out babies, building homes on Fire Island. And you're stuck with your dream plan, the one you knew you were destined to follow. And how did you know? And just what was that incident? I guess I thank God for a fiscal crisis. That, as much as anything else, brought me here. No one else wanted to be here, and that was fine with me. It sort of added an additional exclusivity clause. And if you're careful and cover your tracks, no one will find you. And if life on Surf Avenue was bumpy, life on 14th Street was better, sitting on the fire escape, watching all the cons go by. 3-card Monty and mystery meat, knowing you are entry level but so happy to be in the game at last. Get a job, learn the ins and outs of tax shelter art, make plates for silk screen prints of crappy paintings, print them like a whole edition. And the artist comes and signs each print, and it's a big production, and then you wrap them all up in brown paper and store them on a shelf, and that's it. Now there was an incident I could have learned from. Finder's fee, house arrest, give a grant, who knows best? Where did I get the idea that innovation was a criteria for funding? Didn't Marshall McLuhan say, a successful book cannot afford to be more than 10% new? At what point did I think I should get paid for what I do? Nothing rankles as much as the undeserved success of contemporaries. I didn't make that up. I think some astronaut said it, like Isaac Asimov or Peter Ustinov, someone like that. Anyway, it's true. I live it every day, that slip and slide, and waiting to get paid that gets in the way of everything. While most people are paying mortgages and funding Time Warner, I'm juggling a phone bill versus a slice of pizza. And as I curse Wall Street Week and the dot-commers because I know I'm smarter than they are, they've just gotten off another round. And as the smoke clears, you see the bar has been raised yet again. Corporate gods are so excited, and this little old me surrounded by friends in sheep's clothing. And they're all saying, lighten up, the city's cleaner, and I'm doing better. And the mayor gives each one of them their own personal city block to demolish. But no one plays music on the street corner anymore, and that's one of the reasons I came here. And nobody sits around in coffee shops and argues about things like they matter. I mean, besides investment planners. And what I want to know is, how do people still come here, and where are they coming from? It's like all the people you tried to escape from have followed you here. And it's like the passing of your life is unintentionally amplified because there are so many personalities to keep track of. Well, the good news is you can't smell Wall Street from up here. Not yet, anyway. I could imagine corporate raiders and designer drugs and long lists of bad novels, but I won't bet on it. It would take an enormous effort of bad taste to turn this one oasis of urban blight into a rerun of Middle America. Besides, Americans are deathly afraid of this place. Imagine Americans coming in droves to New York. Which goes to show just how out of the loop I feel. And you feel that way long enough and you start to see sideways. It's ridiculous to think no one knows how you feel. Probably everybody does. And they feel it themselves. Even as participants, they feel it. But it somehow gets filtered through sentimental movies, and lattes, and restaurants, and seasonal sports, and the miracle of alcohol. I've tried the lattes and the alcohol. It makes me feel the way everyone else feels. And when I'm lazy or just too tired to fight, that's just how I want it. Blessed, cursed, and everything else in between. A portrait of 1,000 lives lived here, a cakewalk of desperation. The myth of resolve. It's a boilerplate contract that you've made with yourself. There's no buyout clause, only the bruise of commitment. And if I forget what brought me here in the first place, if I forget about not being in it for the money, if I forget to remember the coincidence and the mind wandering, then maybe I get to be here too, with all my friends. Bottomless pit of infotainment, audience represent containment. Mother and mayhem come a-calling, infertile culture rise and falling. I can imagine New York now. It's probably been run over by tourists and everything that brought me there in the first place is gone. I can see them all moving at grazing speed, bringing with them the wisdom that comes from a high-protein diet. But you know, being here, the distance, getting away from all of it, I remember the moment. The incident. And what was that incident? Someone said, you know, you're good.